Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them don't get the same.
It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see the always exciting Malik Willis as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Bears and the Browns, just ahead on EA Sports.
Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Glad to be enjoying another week of football. And Charles, this is a contest that should make a former defender like yourself very happy, that's for sure, because we got a pair of top 5 defenses in the NFL squaring off, and opportunities to score, well, they figure to be extremely limited. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Looking to throw right away is Watson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. And, Charles, you see the numbers for Amari Cooper last week. 3 catches, 64 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, a quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short. This part of the field, what do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
4th and short, had your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you could pick up the cheap first down. Now, you still won't get a first down even if you do exactly the same thing.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the cornerback.
And what an incredible athlete with a cannon for an arm. And he's drawing comparisons to some of the best mobile QBs the league has ever seen. In addition, this is a young man who's learned from his mistakes along the way, prepares really well each and every time now, and he's got an opportunity to blossom in this system.
Here we go.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
To the air on first down, here's Willis. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Willis. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now. Down at the 31. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another good game. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. An effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, if they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there, that means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. He's tackled a yard short of the mark. Good gain of 9 on first down. That wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Running for it, Montgomery. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? In motion goes the tight end.
Right there.
And a good rally to the football there as it looks as if they're going to stop him a couple yards shy of the marker. He couldn't quite find the goal line, but a good run of 8 yards is going to make it an interesting 4th and goal now. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and they'll take it out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for it. It's good for a dozen and a first down. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson playing with a catch right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete. I'm scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And they'll begin by running the option. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Bears at 10-4 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around. I expect them to play really well here.
First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers that are going to play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They go play action with Willis. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
3rd and goal, Willis.
Got his man, and it's caught for Chicago. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of run read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give him credit. They took their shot. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Hey, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
In motion, the tight end. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery.
And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there, excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
You guys have been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Willis looking to throw it. Touchdown! Julio Jones from 3 yards out. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, 4th down on his Corey as to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Meanwhile, Willis' throw taken in by Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To the air on 1st down, here's Willis. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. To throw on 2nd and 10. Willis. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Right back to the air with Willis. This complete to Jones. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break. Watson. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. First and 10, Willis. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. 1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they want to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Watson now to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Dominique Robinson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exciting pressure.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Slot man moves right.
Montgomery back to the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 41 yards rushing for him now, just 6 carries to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Lots of plays on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. There's guys up front that are getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up first and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? The ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now they'll look to Willis to throw.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears.
David Montgomery from 3 yards out. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And the final act was the David Montgomery touchdown reception.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic?
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw, Watson. His hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's going to air one out. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the 50, it's Watson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. He's got room at the 30. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a stoppage here for an injured player, and it's David Montgomery who is struggling a bit. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And they'll try the option on first and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. On second down, a run with Herbert. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Willis on third and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Deebo Samuel with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Santos with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked him apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 35 on second down, Watson. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Watson off play action.
toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. And Chubb will try the middle here. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Boy, no chance as he was not behind the line there. They get 4 down after the loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
York able to send this one through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
And you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
And they will take a knee here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. So this one in the win column.